Hello Capricorn, welcome to this reading. We are going to be taking a look at the energies and predictions for the sign of Capricorn for the month of December. Now, do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and feel free to check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. All right, Capricorn, let's go ahead and get into this reading here for you, where we'll be taking a look at this brand new month of December 2025. December 2025. Capricorn, do hope your previous month was good, and I hope that December is even better. With that said, let's go ahead and get all of the cards out here, get everything set up and in view, and then we'll get right into it for you. Now, good news about this reading is that retrograde is behind us. The last retrograde of the year ends on the 29th. So exactly when this reading will be dropping will be the end of the retrograde, Mercury retrograde. And I would say it's a pretty good month in terms of the astrology. We do have Neptune going direct. We have some other minor stuff, right? Like, as always, like Mercury's moving signs, Mars is moving signs, but overall, pretty clear month, pretty good month. And yeah, I'm hoping your month is good as well. But I think that's looking just about good enough to me. So let's go ahead and take a look at the energy on the bottom. You have the Hanged Man. And the Hanged Man is a card that may suggest that some of you are in maybe a state or a period of limbo right now, when you get the Hanged Man. You may be in like a wait and see moment or a wait and see situation when you get this card. And I have a sense that some of you have been kind of like, as I look here, some of you have been waiting for a bit of a breakthrough, okay? Now, the Hanged Man is not entirely a bad card because this person's not doing nothing, right? This person's not doing nothing. They are contemplating their situation, which at times can be actually quite helpful. They're also gaining enlightenment. They might be meditating. And also, there are times in life where it's better to be in a wait-and-see position, right? You could also say that if you flip the card around, this person looks at their life in an alternative way, right? So when you create time and space like this person has, it does allow you to look at things in a different way, right? So the Hanged Man here on the bottom, not getting a bad vibe from this here, but I do think that some of you are craving a breakthrough in your life. And there's actually an indicator of that here on the board. But overall, I definitely like what I'm seeing here in the cards. Just taking a quick overview, a quick glance at the cards. Why don't we go ahead and dive right in? Now, in the middle, you do have the Six of Pentacles. And the Six of Pentacles, this can indicate that some of you may be looking at this idea of financial balancing. I do get a sense that there is a balance that some of you are looking to achieve or you've been thinking about achieving here with the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man is balancing on the rope there. Some of you may feel the need to balance a portion of your life is too serious of a word. Maybe some of you here are looking at your relationship with generosity, okay, and looking at balancing that out. What do I mean? Well, there's inflow, outflow on this card. This person's giving money out, and the idea is that once you give, you receive, right? It's this idea of inflow, outflow in the tarot. And so some of you here may be thinking about like, am I being too generous with someone, or am I being too generous with my time? Like, am I giving myself, am I giving 100% of myself? Am I giving my full self to a situation, whether that's career, that's relationship, whatever the case may be, to this person or this situation? And some of you may be thinking like, okay, it's time for me to create some balance in that area. It's time for a little bit of equilibrium. Now, as I'm looking at the Six of Pentacles, I'm actually going to make a prediction here right off the bat that some of you are looking to spend on something. Okay, so what could that be? This could be a piece of real estate. This could be an investment in a business. Christmas is right around the corner as well, so it could be some minor spending as well, like some just small minor spending. But I see money going out here. Okay, I see money going out, and this is not a bad thing. Okay, this is, in this case, right? Sometimes good, sometimes bad. In this case, this is a necessary thing, Capricorn. All right, let's try to break it down even more. Now, in the first column here, you have the Eight of Wands, you have the Chariot, and you have the Ten of Swords. All right, so with the Eight of Wands, this is the breakthrough that is showing up in this reading. This card may indicate this idea of pushing forward, pushing ahead on something. Eight of Wands is a really, really solid card. And, you know, if you've been stuck, which, again, the negative idea of the Hanged Man is being stuck, the Eight of Wands card can suggest that that situation is turning around. That situation, you are getting unstuck, so to speak. The Eight of Wands also talks about phone calls, text messages, letters, emails coming in from a distance for you when you get this Eight of Wands card. And generally, broadly, pretty good. Pretty good when you see this here. Now, I do see that you have the Chariot here as well. Now, this is a card that is associated with vehicles. I did just want to mention that because I said that there is spending, that I'm making a prediction. Some of you are spending here, and maybe there is a new vehicle purchase. Maybe there is a new, like a repair that needs to be done, or there's like updating the registration, getting it inspected, blah, all of that stuff, right? That's not fun, but it's just part of life. These sorts of things. Anyway, I just want to throw that out there. There's also a timeline where some of you are not moving. Some of you are traveling, Capricorn, and you are spending on that as well. Okay, this could be holiday travel. This could be like, and when I say holiday, I mean, yeah, like this could be holiday travel in that it's connected to Christmas, or it could be a vacation, right? Or the combination of both. But some of you here are definitely spending on travel as well. You have two of my major indicators of travel. Actually, there's a third one which you don't have. But this is usually travel by flight, the Eight of Wands and the World. So this is also maybe showing up here. Now, the Ten of Swords is about an ending, all right? It is about an ending in the tarot. And usually when you get the Ten of Swords, something is done, dead, over with. Okay, it's completely done, door is shut, not coming back, okay, when you get the Ten of Swords. So what does that mean? Because as I look at this here, I'm not exactly putting the pieces together yet on what that Ten of Swords may be. Okay, I'm not exactly putting the pieces together yet, other than I do see that maybe some of you are setting a boundary. Okay, I do see that some of you are setting a boundary here, and this may be resonating with some of you. Okay, as I look at this diagonal, Ten of Swords, Six of Pentacles, Seven of Wands, yeah, there may be the setting of a boundary here. Saying like, you know what, Bank of Capricorn is closed. I can't be lending you money anymore. I can't be doing this. That's just one example. Or you know what, I'm giving too much on this project if I'm at work, right? If you're at work, I'm giving too much on this. I can't do this. I can't take this on right now. Like, or you may be saying no to someone in some other area. There's a boundary setting here because remember, there's an ending showing up with the Ten of Swords. There's generosity here, either just generosity with your energy or your resources or whatever, your time. And yeah, I'm seeing this here, this being a direction that you're headed. You may have thought through this, much deliberation around this here, as you have the Hanged Man. In the middle column, you have the World, the Six of Pentacles, and the Ace of Pentacles. All right, World, Six of Pentacles, and the Ace of Pentacles. Now, the World, this is a major completion of a situation in the tarot. It's a really positive card. It's the final card in the tarot. So usually this comes forward when you're like at a pretty big stage in life, and you've maybe accomplished something really great. Here, you can even see they're kind of like on a statue, like some sort of like accolade or award here. They're standing on it. And the thing about the World is it is associated with Saturn. Okay, Saturn is a slow-moving planet, and Saturn teaches us hard lessons in life, right? Lessons that take a long time to understand. Saturn is the great taskmaster in astrology, right? It's the things in life that we need to do that are hard to do, but teaches us our greatest lessons. And the World being here, right, and being associated with that indicates that you've been in something for a while. Okay, you've been in something for a while. And I think that there could be some really successful breakthroughs around that here. You know, as you have the Eight of Wands and the World next to each other, I think that this is probably, if you are completing something here in December, there's sort of been you've been waiting for this. It'll be like an aha moment. Like you've been waiting for this to come to a close. You've been waiting for even closure on this with the Hanged Man and the World. And I think that you'll be pretty happy with it. The World, it just represents certainty in the tarot because it is the final task, or it's the final portion of something, right? So it really represents certainty. And so I can also predict that if you've been expecting for phone call, text message, letter, email around something important in life, that this would be a pretty good indicator here that is flowing to you in this month of December with the Eight of Wands and the World. I talked about the Six of Pentacles, and the Ace of Pentacles for me is usually an indicator of spending. Okay, this could mean money coming towards you as well. It really depends, but my initial thought was spending. The reason is I talked about how the Six of Pentacles is inflow, outflow, exchange of money, and then the Ace of Pentacles is like seed. You can think of it as like seed money, the initial seed, right? The initial money that you need to start something new in life, or just an initial idea even as well. But the Ace of Pentacles is ground zero, right? So this could either see you spending or receiving. I'm getting a sense that there's a purchase that is being made here. I'm not seeing my usual real estate indicators. So, you know, maybe it isn't a house, but we'll see. We'll see here, Capricorn, as we push along in this reading. But again, this is like a necessary thing. This may be an investment into yourself or into a business that you're interested in as well. Also into education, as the Ace of Pentacles can be associated with education and documents. Let's see what else we have here. You have the Seven of Wands, the Six of Cups, and the King of Swords. With the Seven of Wands, you know, this is one of the bigger boundary setting cards in the tarot. There are a few of them, but this is one of the bigger ones. And as you see, this person here is taking a stand, right? Like the competition is coming at them. You know, they're surrounded by these wands. Each person's holding this wand, and they're needing to stand their ground, right? And defend their position, defend themselves, right? And so I see this being a strong possible timeline for some of you. And as you've noticed, if you're listening here, there are a number of timelines at play. Some of you, something's about a vehicle going on here. There's some of you about travel. There's something about boundary setting. Some of you are spending here. Like there are a number of timelines here that I think could all fit for you for December. And we'll try to get more like, we'll try to refine the details of this as we move into the clarifications in a moment. But with the Six of Cups, this does represent the past. This can talk about like maybe some of you are gathering together with family you haven't seen in a while, as it is partially in this month. You know, towards the end of the month, we are in the holiday season. So, you know, it's very possible that some of you are gathering with people you haven't seen in a while with that Six of Cups. And then you also have this King of Swords here as well, which King of Swords, this can talk about you know, a number of things. You can talk about like looking at something in an objective way. This is somebody who's usually a subject matter expert, somebody who's knowledgeable here as well. I'm going to put an asterisk on this card for right now because I'm looking at how are these bottom two corners fitting into this. I do think the Ten of Swords is around boundary setting. This could be around an authority figure in your life as I look at this other diagonal here, but let's try to get some details on that. So, with that said, I'm going to go ahead and move into the clarifications portion of this reading now. I will pull some oracle cards, and then I'll also pull some tarot cards for you. All right, let's see here. Okay. Energy on the bottom. You do have Uriel, learning experience, okay? Take time to review, study, and hone your knowledge before proceeding further. Okay, for me, I associate Uriel with general knowledge and learning, okay? Usually when I see Uriel, I think learning. This could be you studying. This could be you gaining wisdom or gaining knowledge around something. And I definitely see that here as, again, there's a lot going on in this reading. But yeah, with the Ace of Pentacles. Now, you do have Ariel, Sacred Activist, protect what is right and just. Let love lead the way. Then you have Hanuel, embraced by love. Let love reach where it has never reached before. Okay, let's take a look at these other two cards. We then have Raguel, waves of healing. Be open and vulnerable, as this will initiate healing and harmonious resolution. And then you have Hope, authentic reclamation. It's time to call back all the lost parts of yourself. Well, this is about the boundary setting, these two cards, okay? These two cards are about the boundary setting. Not an easy or not an easy thing to do. Pretty difficult thing to do, actually. And, you know, part of it is coming down to believing in yourself, being vulnerable with the other person, being vulnerable with yourself. These sorts of things. Boundary setting is not easy. But anyway, let's go ahead and get more details. I'm not getting much else from these oracle cards. So let's go ahead and pull some tarot cards here, and then we'll get into that part of the clarifications. Now, Capricorn, do appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for spending your time with me, and I do hope things are going well for you. All right. So you have the 10 of Cups, you have the Knight of Pentacles, and you have the 2 of Wands. 10 of Cups, Knight of Pentacles, and the 2 of Wands. All right. So, wow, isn't that interesting? So, yeah, there's something about a vehicle here, because Knights, also think about it, they're riding a horse. What is a horse? A horse is an ancient or old style vehicle, right? And usually Knights represent movement or events happening in life, right? So yeah, I'm not gonna talk much else about that, because there's not much else of substance I could bring in there, other than there's money around it. So is it a sale? Is it a purchase? Is it a repair? Could be one of those things here that's showing up here, okay? Now, you then here have the, okay, so let me break this down here. First of all, some of you are in a really, really nice spot here to receive some good news, okay, Capricorn? I see that you're receiving some good news here with the 10 of Cups and the 8 of Wands. I do think it is about a financial matter, okay? As you have the Knight of Pentacles here. The Knight of Pentacles, yeah, this is making sense now. The Knight of Pentacles, it represents results coming in. Okay, it represents results coming into you and into your life. And the world, again, I talked about for a while here I talked about for a while earlier in this reading here about how the world is connected to Saturn. Okay, and it says that, you know, if you want the best results, you have to be in something for a while, right? This idea of good things take time. Right? This idea of, I know it's kind of a mundane phrase here, but I see that you have put a lot of energy into something. I see that you have worked very hard for something here, and with the Knight of Pentacles, you are now in a position to finally be rewarded for all of your hard work, okay? And receive some level of good news that wants to arrive for you. 10 of Cups is total happiness in the tarot. Now, this is a real estate card, the 10 of Cups. There's always a house in the background, and the Knight of Pentacles for me. Usually this can talk about like maybe finding the right buyer, finding the right seller, these sorts of things as well. It is a profit-taking card, depends, but yeah, so I would say that timeline's available too. Then the 2 of Wands here is about potential, and it's also about a choice that needs to be made, which I think is more so along the lines of the boundary setting timeline that I see for you here. Okay, some of you here deciding on what is the right way to handle a person or a situation. You have the Page of Cups, you have the 9 of Swords, and you have the King of Swords. Page of Cups, 9 of Swords, and the King of Swords. Okay, so with the 9 of Swords, this person here has their head in their hands, and they are anxious. They're having a nightmare. They are worried. You know, they're worried about something. I think that some of you have a little bit of stress around. There's an outflow stress. Okay, what do I mean by that? Money's going out. You're spending because you have to spend on something, or you are giving money to someone, or you are outflow. You are giving energy to something. There's too much, right? If it's not about money at all, you're expending too much energy on something, right? You have outflow stress. That's what I'm calling. That's the first time I ever put those two words together, but I'm going to just put them together. There's some level of stress connected to what is coming out, right? Whether it is money, energy, time. And this is what I see being a critical part of this month for you, finding the way to work through that, finding the way to set boundaries there, finding the way to be comfortable with that even, right? Like if it's a scenario here where it's your job and it's really stressful and, there's a lot of energy that you need to put into it, but it's your job, right? And you need to pay the bills, like finding a way to be comfortable with that as well, right? That could also be a thing that you may be looking at here. Here's this King of Swords again. I said we put an asterisk here. And once again, this could be an indicator of something legal. The King of Swords may be a lawyer, okay? Because this person's a subject matter expert. To be a lawyer, you have to be highly knowledgeable, right? But it could really be anybody who's a subject matter expert. This is also somebody who will help you in an objective way. The King of Swords is the most objective person in the tarot. Not going to play favorites. They're going to look at the situation as it is, right? And, make a judgment or a ruling, so to speak, as well. So that is coming in around a new beginning or around money here as well. There's this Page of Cups with the World. Page of Cups is proposals in life or offers, messages, or opportunities that either are connected to your relationship or relationships, or that generally make you happy, okay? Now, this person is also a dreamer as well in the tarot. And let's see if that connects at all. Now, you have the Four of Cups, you have the Two of Pentacles, and you have the Eight of Wands again. All right, so you have the Eight of Wands up there, you have the Eight of Wands down here. So top left corner, bottom right corner here. So I always like that when it starts and ends, right? So these diagonals are directions you're headed. I've already said that, but here it is. We started in one side of that, and now we're ending here on the other. For me, this is a big indicator that there is an important message that wants to arrive for you in your life at this time. Really, really. This is a big card associated with messages in the tarot when you get the Eight of Wands. So that is definitely good for you. You have this Two of Pentacles here. The Two of Pentacles, it does indicate money going up, money going down in the tarot. I'm not seeing loss, okay? You do have the only indicator of loss here is this Ten of Swords, but you have more indicators of maybe, I would say increase, because you have the Eight of Wands indicating news, indicating breakthroughs. You've got the Ten of Cups here indicating happiness. You have this combination here, profit-taking combination here of the Ace of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. I would say there are more indicators where things are on the upside here than the downside, okay? You then have this Four of Cups as well. Four of Cups can indicate boredom. It can also be, it's kind of similar energy to the Hanged Man, where like nothing's really moving right now, right? The problem I really don't like about the Four of Cups is they're just missing out. They're just, for no other reason than they're bored, or they're just, I don't know, maybe they're something other reason, they're apathetic, whatever. But look, the universe is really trying to help them out here, right? And they're not taking it. They're just not taking it, right? So yeah, the thing is, if it's time to set a boundary with someone, I feel like or stand up to somebody here, or stand up for yourself here with that Seven of Wands below the Four of Cups. The universe is going to try to nudge you in that direction, right? And there's an opportunity to do this here, but ultimately it's up to you. Ultimately it's up to you. On the bottom, you do have the Three of Cups. This is a good energy here that can indicate celebrations in life, or moving into a celebratory time in life. Let's go ahead and let's also take a look at what's coming forward for you here in the Kipper energies. See what's happening here in the Kipper cards for you here, Capricorn. All right, you have the Great Fortune card, you have change, not surprised, you have gift. Wow, people love this these cards, you have occupation, family room, and main male. Amazing. So you actually have a combination here that is perfect for self-employment. I know it's not related to the other cards, but great fortune and occupation is literally the author's combination of having success in self-employment, you know, through having a business or whatever the case may be. So if that's something that you've been like thinking about or aiming for here, something to consider. Okay, it's usually a good sign. Now, broadly here, this could also say that your fortunes, so to speak, are increasing in your career, in your occupation as well, whether this is self-employment or not self-employment. There is a change happening for some people here. This change card is usually around moving. Bags packed, cards ready to go. They're moving out of this apartment into a new apartment or a house here. And again, there was a message here around like real estate, but also notice there is a vehicle on the card, right? So we're getting some confirmations here. I like what's going on in the family areas, okay? Whether this is through setting boundaries or just having a good time, you know, seeing people you haven't seen in a while. And yeah, gift could be like a small bump. Obviously, this is the holiday season, but you know, this is more likely that it could be something connected to like a bonus at work that you've been working hard for, right? It's not like a massive sum. Great fortune actually could be, but again, this is in a reading like this is derived from, you know, you having worked for it. But anyway, on the bottom, you do have courtship. Somebody here is interested in you, as you do have the Knight of Pentacles and the courtship card, and the Page of Cups, right? So this could be romantic interest, but this could also be connected to career, okay? So Capricorn, what an amazing reading for you here as we look at this month of December. Thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit the like button, subscribe, and I will certainly be talking to you again soon.